Chair, by what Honorable Cameron has said, and I'm in full agreement.
Okay. Honorable Malema.
No, thanks, Chair. I think that the SC must speak from a very embarrassed position to even suggest what he suggested, because he's implicated in that mess. They say he wrote that kind of statement for the witness. That implicates us. That a witness was not properly prepared by our evidence leaders. And then they come and say, because they don't want to take responsibility, they come and say, no, let's proceed. They are the ones who prepared that statement for him. And this chap would have said to the evidence leaders of this committee, I don't have my gadgets. He says that actually. He says, I told them I don't have those gadgets. And when he speaks, you can hear the SC saying, roundabout, just estimate. When a man says to you, I'm in a disadvantaged position, I don't have my gadgets, I can't make reference to anything. Okay, more or less, when did this happen? And after they made him to do those things that he did in this statement, they said, no, let's proceed. After he said on a public platform that our own lawyers are the ones who said to him, thumbsuck, just roundabout, just think about it. Do you remember it? So it is incorrect that we want to put the whole blame on that chap without also making reference to our senior counsel, who should read these things and be able to point out contradictions right from the beginning, that but what you are saying doesn't make sense. So this guy deliberately misled us. He deliberately misled us, and the issue Honorable Mates is raising of perjury is very correct. When you come here, you don't thumbsuck. That's a message we need to send, and I was telling the chief whip of the ANC that we need to prepare other witnesses by sending this one home, so that next time they come here, they know it's not a place to play here. It's not a playground here. We sit here until 12 midnight, and you still think we're playing. So we need to send a strong message. No one is going to come here and thumbsuck things and take advantage and want to undermine this committee. So I fully agree that we need to send him home. He needs to go, but we still need him back here. And there's nothing also, in my knowledge, Chair, that stops you from calling whoever took your gadgets and say to them, can I please have access to my gadget because I'm preparing for the ad hoc committee. Those people will fully cooperate. He never says, I try to have access to my gadget, they refuse. So that's a person who takes this process very serious, that I can't go there without my gadgets. Can I please have access to my gadgets? I just want to cross-reference certain information. You can still keep them. Maybe they will even ask that he comes and do it in their office to do a cross-reference and be accurate on dates and facts about issues. He has never done that, because this is a by-the-way process. We'll just see when we arrive there. They may not even ask us about those things. The minister went to the mine 14 November. He says he was given a number of Mkhwanazi October, November to prepare for a meeting of the mine. When he realizes, man, I made a mistake because I said Mkhwanazi gave me the number and I confirmed it. It's not about the date. It's about what matters there is about when did he start communicating with Mkhwanazi. He deliberately decided to just lie. And then when his court says, no, I don't have gadgets, I was thumb-sucking and all of that. So, Chair, we must never allow that here. No one must come here and play with this committee. I don't think he would have done that at Madlanga. So we must never be undermined as this committee, and that message must be sent strongly today. That here you don't thumbsuck, here you come with facts and you back those facts with attachments. And from there, we can have a proper engagement. Thanks, Chair.
Honorable Mathis. Pangazita.
No, thank you, Honorable Chair. No, from where I'm seated, Mr. Nkabinde is one of those key witnesses. that we have lined up to
I
assist.
disagree with all of my colleagues. And my reason is, it is clear that Mr. Nkabinde, he lied, it's clear. And he lied under oath. Does that mean we should stop the entire proceeding and let him go and redo the affidavit? If we say he must do so, then we must treat all the witnesses the same. General Mkhwanazi lied under oath about his testimony on former Minister Becky Cele. He then withdrew and said he apologizes, which means he lied under oath to this house. General Mkhwanazi lied, Mr. Nkabinde lied under oath. They are both wrong. We are sitting here with a WhatsApp that the SC says this WhatsApp evidence has been provided as testimony to him by General Mkhwanazi. There's a possibility that these WhatsApps are fake. That's the reason why we are probing. And I asked the SC for clarity. The WhatsApp that General Mkhwanazi in his affidavit provides and says it proves that Brown Mokhotsi spoke to the Chief of Staff via WhatsApp. Whereas the WhatsApp says Brown Mokhotsi is the name and the content of the WhatsApp speaks over Brown. Did Brown Mokhotsi speak to himself? So there's a possibility that this too is a lie and it must be probed. So, Chairperson, if we proceed to say Mr. Nkabinde must go redo the affidavit, then we must stop the entire proceedings and tell General Mkhwanazi because he lied, he must go and redo his affidavit, and then we start all over again. I propose that if we are going to be fair, what we do to the one, we must do to the other. I propose we proceed and we interrogate like it is our responsibility to do. We did a very good job in exposing the lie of Mr. Nkabinde. That's what we're supposed to do. When it's submitted to us, we interrogate and we will determine whether someone lied or not. What other honorable members can do in their rights, now that they have discovered that he has lied, and EFF says they will open up a case of perjury, they should do that, because that's what we are here for. But if we're going to stop this proceeding on the basis that he lied, I'll support only if we then tell General Mkhwanazi, because he lied under oath, he must redo his affidavit, we don't accept it, and we will start the entire process over. Treat all witnesses the same. We have no side here. We have not chosen a side. So what's good for the one must be good for the other. If we proceed, despite the lies, under oath by General Mkhwanazi, then we must proceed today with Mr. Nkabinde and interrogate on that issue. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable James.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I think there's a difference here between General Mkhwanazi's statement and testimony where lies were exposed, alleged lies, and Mr. Nkabinde. Mr. Nkabinde clearly said earlier on that he was disadvantaged. So on that basis, to start off with, the man said he was disadvantaged, he didn't have his gadgets, and hence he had to thumbsuck the entire statement. I also cannot see us moving forward and having selective paragraphs that we're going to probe. It's either we probe a complete testimony or we leave it at that. Dates are key to this sitting, especially when it comes to us sort of doing, trying to connect dates in terms of mapping of occurrence of events. It is very key to us. So today I disagree with my colleague behind me in terms of saying it's exactly the same. It is not the same because he has stated that he's been disadvantaged. He didn't have access. Everyone else, we're going to probe and we're going to catch them out in their lies. But there's a difference here with this witness. Thank you, Chair.
Chief Whip. Chief Whip.
No, Chair, I think we've got to try and prevail on honourable Suals, in line with what the majority view is saying in the meeting. And I think Honourable James is making an important observation that in many respects, those that came before us and those that would be coming, there would be instances where we are able to demonstrate that what they are presenting before us is inaccurate, is inconsistent, is wrong, and may be informed by an intention to conceal certain information. But in this case, we are dealing with a person that says, right from the onset, I was not ready to come to you. I think despite that, the fact that we have picked that up on one or two of the issues that were discussed, but the admission that right from the onset I was not ready, I think is sufficient, Chair, for us to agree that we should not proceed with the witness. And I'm saying, notwithstanding what Honourable Suals was saying about what Mkhwanazi, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi and others have said before us. But in this case, we have to remember that the witnesses before us are here at our own behest. They need to help us. That's why the witnesses are here. We are not necessarily inviting people to prove that they've committed crime or they are wrong. We are inviting them to come and help us so that we can determine the appropriate course of action to deal with the crisis before us. So when a person who's supposed to come and help you says, I am coming to you, but I'm not as empowered as I should in order to help you to achieve your own objective, I think it's fair that we must be sympathetic to that and allow for the witness to go back and prepare and come back to us at a later date. Thanks, Chair.
SC.
Thank you, Honourable Chair, Honourable Members. In relation to Mkhwanazi, General Mkhwanazi, can I immediately say that he did correct the allegation he made against Minister Mkhele and then provided an affidavit. So I think it does fall in a different category. As far as the statement of all the witnesses that have appeared before this committee, we adopt the same procedure. We conduct interviews. They are recorded with the consent of the particular witness. We then draft a statement on the basis of that interview, referencing our terms of reference and the relevant documents. We then present it to the witness. As I indicated earlier, increasingly witnesses have lawyers on board with senior counsel and experienced attorneys. They then come back with a revised draft. We look at it and we engage, but at the end of the day, the responsibility for what's in the affidavit and what is eventually attested to under oath is their responsibility. Otherwise, we might as well have come here and just put the affidavit here and said to the Honourable Committee, now you can ask the witness questions. We don't. Otherwise, there's an assumption that we accept what the witness is saying under oath, and I think it should be pretty obvious from the examination of witnesses thus far that that is not the case. In fact, part of the preparation for witnesses before they appear here, we tell them that we are not only going to lead you in relation to what's in your statement, but we are also going to ask you questions. Some of these questions may be awkward or difficult, and we've also got to put the versions of other witnesses and statements to you, and there'll be an engagement, because we don't have the luxury of a commission of inquiry where implicated persons are still going to be called and then it's going to be cross-examination later on. We don't